name is Sarah Holland, and I'm going to give an informative speech on child abuse, just to get you a little more informed of the information about it. Here are a few facts to get us started on child abuse. 5 children die every day in the United States because of child abuse. And most of those children become victims of abuse and neglect at 18 months or younger. Child abuse is way more common than we think. It affects millions of families all over the United States. I have 2 children, and I've had a place in my heart for abused children since I can remember. I'm in the middle of school to go be a child and family abuse counselor, and in my studies and experience, I've witnessed firsthand how child abuse can affect the child as well as everyone surrounding that child. What is considered child abuse? By law, what is considered child abuse is any recent act or failure to act on the part of a parent or a caretaker which results in death, serious physical harm or emotional harm, sexual abuse or exploitation, or an act or failure to act which presents an imminent risk of serious harm. Some examples of child abuse can be physical abuse that is non-accidental, bruising, bone fractures, or even death, and this can occur from kicking, biting, shaking, throwing, stabbing, choking, hitting, and burning of the child. I took my 2-year-old son to the doctor not long ago because he came home from daycare with a burn on his arm, and I wanted to just see if the doctor could give me information of if it was done on purpose, or I didn't really think that it was, but I wanted to make sure. And he told me, the doctor informed me that I would be completely appalled of how many cases he gets of kids coming in there with iron burns, an ironing board iron on their legs that was held there until a 3rd-degree burn. My son did not have abuse. It was just an accident that had happened. Another form of abuse is neglect. Physical, not giving the child food or water. Medical, not giving the child medical attention when needed. Educational neglect is failure to provide an education, not putting your child in school when they are of age. Emotional neglect is not giving the child physical, psychological care when needed. Sexual abuse is common, is when the parent or caregiver raping, sodomy, indecent exposure, anything sexual of that kind. Emotional abuse, not giving the child the emotional needs that they need, or having them feel like they are not worthy of being your child. Anything that is abusive emotionally is considered abuse. Who is affected? Anybody under the age of 18, which is a minor, can be considered to have child abuse. Anybody over the age of 18 can be considered to give child abuse. Many victims are under the age of 18 months, like I said. Siblings, who's affected? Siblings of abused children have a lot of guilt that they are not abused, and they have a lot of psychological problems, and they are just as abused as the abused children, psychologically abused. Family members of the abused children, the surrounding friends and family members of the abused child are affected. Who can commit child abuse? Like I said, anybody over the age of 18 can commit child abuse. It can be a teacher, a parent, or a caregiver. Caregivers can be anywhere from a daycare worker, a teacher, religious leader, grandparents, aunt, uncles, anyone over the age of 18 that is around the child enough to be able to commit child abuse. Preventing and reporting child abuse. What can we do to get involved? April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and in the town of Bonham, they have put in front of our main park a sign about child abuse, and then they have little blue flags that stand in front of the park and those flags represent, each flag represents a child that was child abused in the town of Monum just this year, and you would be appalled at how many flags stand out there, and it is very eye-opening for everybody, and people drive by every day, and so that's a good way to get people's attention about it. I was at Chuck E. Cheese not long ago and witnessed some child abuse going on, and then there was actually a couple of other families there that got the license plate of the man that was abusing his child. He was slapping her in the face. She was 3 years old, and got his license plate. They called the 1-800 number. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nationwide. It's a 1-800 number. TexasAbuseHotline.org. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to give your name. You can. It's not really for people that just do false accusations. They actually investigate, and make sure that everything's true before they just go and do something about it. I just want to remind you that child abuse affects everyone. It can be committed by anyone that is around your child. Look for signs. If you think child abuse has been done, you can call the 1-800 number, or go to the hotline, or these two websites are very, they have a lot of information on child abuse if you need any more information.